Man, what's going on YouTube? Man, do I have a topic tonight. I think of a lot of people are going to be affected by what I'm about to say right now. But I think it's good to get it out and just see what people are thinking. I want to ask you guys a question. How many people out there hate their job? And when I say hate, I'm talking about every time you get up in the morning, you just look at the clock, the alarm goes off, and you just want to take it and you want to throw it against the wall. You hate everything about your job. You hate the way your voice, your boss's voice sounds, your employees. You hate it. But you need to go there because you have no other means of income. I think there's a lot of people in that situation. But before I get into the solution of what I think is a solution, let's talk about how you got stuck into that job. And if you ever get another job, how you won't get stuck in that job. First of all, you have to ask yourself the question. You know, when you work a job, when you're doing a job, the first day, you will know or not whether or not that's something that you actually want to pursue. You have to ask yourself some hard questions. Am I doing this for the money? Or am I doing it because I love this? This is my passion. Because here's the problem that I see. A lot of people who actually work a job that they hate, they start acquiring things as soon as they get the job. I got to get a house. Got to get a brand new car. They start getting all these things and they start getting into debt. And you're actually making your job more of a prison. Because when you get these things are making you a slave to those things because you got to pay for them. You got to pay for them. So you start acquiring all of these things. Meanwhile, while you acquire these things, a lot of people fall into that situation where they live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Like a lot of times, I can always tell when like the 1st and 15th come. Look at the lines at the grocery stores, in the malls and things like that. Everybody's out buying stuff on those days because that's when they have money in their pocket. And then after they buy those things, maybe a couple days later, you know, the money gets a little depleted. And then once that check comes again, boom, then they go out and buy again. You know, I can honestly say that I haven't lived that lifestyle in a whole lot of years ago. That's when I was in that phase. And I was taken away from that, and I never in my life want to go back to that level. You know? But yeah, a lot of people are stuck in a job they hate. Now this is my solution. Now I think that if you're in the water and there's another boat that pulls up, you shouldn't jump out of the boat that you're in. Excuse me, I'm messing my thought up here. If you need to jump out of the boat that you're in, another boat needs to pull beside you before you jump out of your boat, just for safety. The same thing with a job. If you know that this job that you have right now is not the job for you, what you need to be doing day one is, one, not acquiring debt. You need to be saving like a mad person. You need to be putting money to the side. Maybe I would, in that case, looking for a job, I would create like a fund to the side, maybe a year and a half of expenses. Because I want to make sure that when I go back to the boss and say, you know what, thank you for the time that you've given me, but I'm going to have to go out and find a job that I like. While you're at the job that you don't like, you should be looking for another job. Because I don't think you should just leave the job you're currently at and just, let me spend some time to find the job that I want. No, look when you're there. But also save. Save about a year and a half of expenses of what it costs you to live per month. Save that to the side instead of buying the cars and things like that. Because that will be cushion when you're trying to make the leap. Because a lot of people get into this situation. They're like, well, I hate my job. I'm going to go in and quit. No, that's going to cause you to find another job that you don't like because you're in a stressful situation at that point. You know? If you're not working the job that you love, you're dying every day. Why not live a life where you enjoy it? Why not live a life where you smile every morning? You can't even wait to wake up the next morning because you're about to do a task that you love. That's how it should be. Don't be a slave to the money and to a job. Don't be a slave. But when you get caught up in these materialistic things, this is how you get stuck at a job for 15, 20 years. You know, because there's a lot of us, we ask ourselves, like, I'm going to leave this job. This is not the job I like. And all of a sudden, 2 years pass. You're still there. I'm going to leave this job. This is not the job I like. All of a sudden, 5 years pass. You're still at the job. Next thing you know, you're getting a plaque. Thank you. You're retiring. And you spent 20 years doing something you hated when you could have spent 20 years bettering yourself and living a fulfilled life of something you love doing. So that's my whole take on the situation. Now I want to hear your concerns, your comments. If you're the one that's going through this situation, I want to hear it. You know, because, you know, we have a forum, we can talk about it. Maybe you can talk to someone who has some better ideas. Maybe you're one of those people who are trying to figure out, how can I make that jump? So let me hear it all. If you like the topics, you like the things, please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, signing off.